Paramedic 33, what is your emergency?
Yes, sir. I need an ambulance as soon as possible, sir.
June 25th, 12:21 p.m. 15 hours after he's come off stage from his final rehearsal, a phone call was made on a cell phone to 911 by a security guard from Michael Jackson's bedroom.
We have a gentleman here that needs help, and he's not breathing yet. He's not breathing, and we're trying to pump him, but he's not.
Okay. Anybody see him?
Yes, we have a personal doctor here with him, sir.
Oh, you have a doctor there?
Yes, but he's not responding to anything.
I wanted to piece together exactly what happened in those final minutes. So I went to the LA Critical Response Department, who took the 911 call to meet Captain Harrow. So it's a very, very quick call out. The ambulance arrives within sort of 4 minutes or so of the call.
Actually, we got the call, and they were on scene by 12:25. So yes, it was fast, but that's what we do.
The modern ambulance chasers are the LA journalists who tap 911 calls. The paramedics have celebrity homes tagged so they can block calls as they come in. But Jackson's home, because it was rented, wasn't tagged.
By the time the ambulance went in and came out, it was covered, swarming with media people. They listen to scanners. They listen to the dispatches that go out, and they have...
Your own dispatches?
Yeah. I mean, people have scanners and ways of listening to the call.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they are like listening, and they're getting ready. They jump in their car, and they
So they could have picked up on that 911 call?
Mm-hmm.
The ambulance arrived at the Ronald Reagan UCLA Medical Center at 1:15 p.m. A crowd began to gather as the ambulance drove to the underground car park beneath, sealed off to the public and the media. 2 film students, Montana Casey and Hodges Usery, were in the area and began filming the gathering crowd without yet knowing what had happened.
And at this point, people started moving in a direction. We didn't know what was really going on, but we're there, so why don't we go and check it out and see what it is that everybody's getting so excited about.
And what did you think at this point? Did you know, you had no idea that it was Michael Jackson? You didn't know what it was?
No,
people were starting
to say stuff. People were starting to chant like Michael. And of course, everybody has their own way to record the event. You see these guys with their iPhones, and you see everybody has a camera, you know?
Some people were whipping the crowd up to break in and find Jackson.
You can hear the police helicopters up in the sky.
That must have been one of the first people to actually make a sign.
Yeah, I think she made it there.
Yeah.
She made it there.
Yeah, just...
It's really sort of 9/11-like, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's a great way to describe it. I mean, and it's something nobody's ever going to forget. Like, if you were there, you're going to be like, I remember that day.
This is hard. My brother, the legendary king of pop, Michael Jackson, passed away on Thursday, June 25th, 2009 at 2:26 p.m. It is believed he suffered cardiac arrest in his home.
My first thought was, I just hope it's another one of these crazy rumors that seem to periodically circulate around Michael Jackson. And then I realized it was not a rumor. I was devastated.
Suddenly, I got 65 phone messages on my voicemail within like 20 minutes. All my friends, people calling me saying he died. I said, Michael Jackson just dropped dead. I mean, it was like a shock.
I got a call. They said Michael's been rushed to the hospital. And I knew he was dead. I knew he was gone. I felt it.
I don't know that I personally ever thought that Michael Jackson would live to be an old man. I don't know that I ever thought that.
But of course, in this town, death isn't actually bad for his career.
To die young and to have drugs be a part of the mystery surrounding your death, that sends an artist into the stratosphere. And that's what's happening with the death of Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson is on top again. And he may not have ever been on top again if he had lived.
He's on top, but Michael is no longer the one making money from his genius.
Record sales is up. They want to try to make Neverland another Graceland. Follow the money. The Beatles catalog is coming up for renewal in September 2010. People want to try to get that. Follow the money.
It's amazing how many people opened up to me in the week after Jackson's death. But already Jackson the man is becoming secondary in interest to Jackson the death. The family are reportedly convinced there was foul play, but are they just in denial about Jackson's drug addiction? Even after the initial autopsy, there were no clear answers. Until the final coroner's report, we are not going to know for sure how Michael Jackson died. But some people have speculated that it was suicide.
Michael Jackson would not go in there and kill himself. He loved the children, man. Whether they his kids or not, biologically, he loved those children. Now, he may have been off the wall, but that man wouldn't go and take his life. Period.
But Dr. Pinsky did have a theory about how Jackson might have died. According to him, it was something more like an accident.
It's reason to speculate that he got himself in a bad situation before he understood what it was, might have been trying to clean himself up or at least come down, and as such, when he took a dose that might have been routine for him previously, it could become lethal.
Right.
Sid Vicious, same syndrome.
Wow. So you think he might have been trying to clean himself up?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If Dr. Pinsky was right, then Jackson's death was more tragic and more poignant than anyone could have imagined. It fits with the idea of a man who suddenly started turning up to rehearsals at the last minute. He was trying to make the O2 gigs, and ironically, this last attempt to clean up might actually have been what killed him. This for me seems more likely than murder or suicide. Jackson was simply another overdose in a town full of addicts. This city behind us, it's a medicated city.
This is a medicated city, and this is a medicated country. We are a pill society. The very, very powerful and wealthy have much more in common with the very poor than the rest of us in the middle. And I do know many, many celebrities that are stuck in that cycle.
Long after Jackson is forgotten, Hollywood, the medicated city of which he was a victim, will continue to dysfunction perfectly. But now a new battle has begun for his legacy. Right now, the fans want to focus on the talent, not the tragedy. Across the world, millions watched the memorial ceremony. But what we all would rather have watched was the man in his prime, performing. Here it is, 1995, MTV. The most unfeasibly talented entertainer ever to walk on a stage shows what he can do. It's all here. The moonwalk, the charisma, the showman. At the O2, we were hoping for all of this and more. Michael Jackson was so talented that I believe even at 50, even addicted to drugs, there is no show on earth I would have rather seen. It's a testament to his genius that everything negative about him has been washed away. This is how we wish to remember him, however flawed and frail he might have been.
Billie Jean, like my love.